Okay, everybody, just wanted to do an update. Didn't have a chance to put the video out earlier because I was doing the solar cycles, baby. Awesome video. If you didn't watch that video, you really need to watch it. I'll put a link in the description below. Make sure you watch it. It is an eye-opener about solar cycles and the stock market and just markets in general. Really amazing video. So make sure you watch that. The first thing I want to talk about, we'll also talk about the S&P 500, but the first thing we're going to talk about is the E-mini or just the wheat futures breakout. I talked about this, I think it was just yesterday or the day before. We're looking at the E-mini, which is XW, upper left-hand corner here. You can either trade the December contracts or you can trade the March contracts if you want to hold them for a while. Okay. Look at this breakout, guys. I talked about this. Huge ascending triangle. Let me see if I can get this to come down a little bit. Look at this ascending triangle. Look at this thing. Been going on for months. And I said yesterday, the day before, that I thought there was definitely going to be a breakout. Sure enough, guys, there it is. It broke out. It broke out today. It already broke out today. Absolutely amazing. I wasn't sure it was going to happen that fast, but what do you know? The day after I put the video out, it breaks out above the triangle. Look at that huge day. Oh my goodness. And this is the night session already started right here for this candlestick right here. See if I can zoom in a little bit more and get this to... See if we can get this in here a little bit. There we go. So this is already the new day. For those that don't know, futures, the day actually starts the night before. So this candlestick actually is registered for tomorrow, but as you can tell, it's trading, well, you don't have a timestamp here, but I'm doing this video about 9 p.m. Central Standard Time here in Texas. So it's already, look at it, it's already up again for tomorrow's session. And not surprised at all. You know, if you didn't watch the video yesterday about this breakout that I predicted was going to happen, guys. I mean, I'm not the type of person who likes to pat myself on the back and break my arm, pat myself on the back, but I called it, and bam, it happened. Oh my gosh, it literally happened the very next day. Absolutely amazing timing. So go make sure you go watch that video. It's a really, really good video. I talk about this ascending triangle and how a breakout was imminent. So you can see here, I think, based on some calculations, I think it's possible that we'll reach 828. And I actually think it could go even higher than that. There's two different breakout levels. This is the one of the two. This is the more conservative one. But again, make sure you go watch that video. It'll talk about the two breakout prices. Okay, so you can trade futures to March 22, or you know, I'm actually, as you can see right here, I have a limit order sitting up here. Okay, I won't talk about the price specifically, but sitting way up there. Already on this, I got 10 E-mini contracts, and of course, you know, I'll be watching the pricing action and be ready to take profits if necessary, make adjustments along the way. As always, guys, we always use proper risk management. Okay, trailing stops to lock in profits, and stop losses to keep your losses small. Right? Okay, so like I said, you could trade the futures, either the December or the March contracts. If for those that want to do options, you could do options on the futures. And it would be the same thing. I haven't looked up the strike prices, so I don't really know, but I'm just putting here 828. You'd have to check out the strike prices and see which one's closest to that. Okay, that's kind of my take on maybe an options play. Okay, I'm trading the futures, obviously. Okay, this is looking really good, guys. Wow, I'm just like, this thing is just monster. I mean, today's range, I think, was what, 30? Okay, actually, I'm sorry, the total range was 27. Almost 28. Okay. This one way back here is 33, and the big one after it's 36. I don't know what's going to happen tomorrow, but it could be a monster day. I mean, it could be just a huge candlestick here. I don't know. Are we going to get some big move all just like in a matter of a few days? You know, are we going to get something like this going on? You know, we already had two pretty big candlesticks. So, you know, we might not get another big one up in here right away. It might pull back down into this cycle low here. It could do that. We could get a pull back down into this November 10th cycle low. It could come down and then turn up and go up and then start heading towards that 828. I'm not really sure which one we're going to get, so keep an eye on this. That's my take on that. Okay, let me switch over to the S&P 500 and we'll wrap up this video with the S&P 500 and my opinions about that. So on the S&P 500, we can see today was a pretty good day right here. Okay, let me just look at the range real quick. Yeah, 44.5, really nice, solid, strong day. It came up basically, guys, and matched the all-time high. I noticed it was at 45.89 and 3/4. Is that what it got? I'm sorry, yeah, 45.89.75. So basically, it matched the all-time high. Came right up and just basically touched it. Okay, so a really healthy candlestick. Okay, I've been looking at both the daily. Of course, I always look at the monthly, weekly, and daily charts. But today I was also watching the hourly, so we may actually take a look at the hourly here. But the stochastic momentum index looks like it's trying to roll over here, and the MACD still got, the Suez Panama Canal going on. So it hasn't rolled over, so things still look positive, even though this is starting to look a bit sketchy. Okay, the Big Daddy obviously has been pointing down for a few days. This still looks pretty strong right now. Okay, I'm going to be keeping a close eye on the MACD on the daily. If it starts coming over, guys, and starts getting like that, and this thing starts closing in, and we get a little crossover going on, then we know we got something more like over in this area, right? Like right here, right? Oh, I'm sorry, I missed that one. My bad. Then we got something more like right here, like in that area. Okay. But normally that's going to take like 2 or 3 red candlestick days. For me, I'm a little bit more aggressive. Once I see a gap like this in the stochastic, probably like right about there, I'm going to start trading short side if that happens. Okay, I'm not saying that's going to happen because this has not really crossed over. This is more looking like one of those dipsy-do kind of deals. Let's see, where's that at? Like right here. Okay, let me get the pencil. See, I got this little dipsy-do thing going on, but the market still goes up for a few days afterwards. It's very possible we're dealing with something like that, okay? Especially, and the reason why I say that, especially with this big of a gap in the MACD, okay? We may just have one of those dipsy-doos, kind of just coming down, little head fake, but doesn't really mean it. And then this just starts going back up, right? The blue line crosses back over the red and starts going back up. All right, this goes up, and then we start going to all-time highs. We'll see. I know there was some bad earnings reports that came out and stuff like that, but we're going to just trade whatever the market gives us, okay? I've been pretty quiet with the S&P 500 because it's just sitting in this choppy zone. I got my focuses on some other things, some other products that just look so much better trades. So, I'm a type of person that if I see better trades somewhere else, guys, that's where my efforts and my margin is going to go there, okay? So I'm not too worried about not trading the S&P 500. But I do like to keep up with it and let my subscribers know what's going on and what I think is going to happen. Right now, still looks strong. Okay, I'm going to finish up this video, we're going to switch over to the hourly. So give me a second to do that. 20-day 1 hour. Okay, remember this is nighttime right now. Okay, this was the 3 o'clock hour right here. Okay, and this starts up at 5 o'clock. So we're looking at 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and this is 10 o'clock, right? This last candlestick right here on the hourly, we're looking at 10 p.m., okay? Here in the great state of Texas, all right? So you can see that after the 3 o'clock big down candlestick, that thing was what? An 18-point down candlestick. Wow. Okay, a lot of chop going on. That's actually nice. For those that can trade chop, you can make some serious money. I noticed the 2 and 3 o'clock hour especially 3 o'clock hour, the last couple days has been very, very rewarding. Okay, and even the 1 o'clock hour, like there and there. But I refrain from trading those kind of things, looking at the previous day and saying it's going to do the same thing, because that isn't always reliable. Okay, this type of watching indicators and looking at bigger moves is a little bit more reliable. So anyway, for the last few hours, you can see it's been trading down, and now we're starting to get a little bit of return here. The Big Daddy says, yep, we're going to be moving up. The stochastic momentum index here at 10 o'clock at night looks like it's trying to cross over. Okay, so very interesting. You can see it's pretty quiet, right? You don't have a whole lot of trading going on. Let's look at the contracts. So there you go, guys and gals. There's There's the deal. That's what's happening right now. Okay. And this is the big contract, so there's obviously a lot of contracts going on in the big contracts. Okay. If you go to the MES, let's switch over to the MES. Why not? Let's take a look at it. What's happened to the MES? So, wow. MES has actually got just as many contracts. Yeah, the E-micro guys. These contracts are just absolutely hopping. Here we are in the middle of the night. Look at this ask bid. There's just no way anybody could ever complain about not having enough to trade overnight, because there it is. Now you're not going to get as much price movement as your intraday. The intraday is huge, and you can see you're not going to get as much price movement. But guys, take a look at this. Okay, from the open here, which was 45.78, okay, and it got as low as 45.68. That's 10 points, guys. 10 points, okay? So anybody trading this nighttime session, if they timed this right, and I know a lot of people did, they made some money on this at the time it went from here to here. Just basic indicator trading, okay? So don't be afraid to look at the hourly. I'm not necessarily encouraging intraday or day trader kind of trading, though I don't oppose it because I do it myself. Swing trading is fine too, either one, whichever you're happy with. You want to look at monthly, weekly, daily stuff and trade on that time frame, that's fine, go for it. Okay, I really advocate lately I've been looking at the big, of course I always keep the Big Daddy. May not be quite as useful in the hourly chart, but I still always keep it up. The Stochastic Momentum Index, which is going to be a pretty good responding type of indicator. And I like the MACD because it's going to be a little bit slower to respond and really gives you some of those bigger moves, okay? So those are the three indicators I've been looking at lately and been working with those. And I'm liking that this response really very quick. This response kind of intermediate. This response slow. It's been very useful, okay? All right, so one last thing. Let's finish up. What do I think about what's going to happen tomorrow? Okay, let's just go back to the big contracts just because. Okay, and let me get onto the daily. Switch back to daily. We'll finish this puppy up. Wow, it is not an easy read for tomorrow, guys. Overall, the stock market still looks strong, guys. Okay, we do not have a crossover anywhere near a crossover on the MACD. Now, on a daily time frame, we could get a red day tomorrow. Okay. But that's just kind of day trader kind of stuff, and I don't mind doing that. But in choppy markets, guys, which we may be entering choppy markets, I don't know yet. Okay, it's too early to tell. Okay, this may just be farting around for a while, and then we get that big down move into the November 16 through kind of the 24th area down in here. Okay, we may get that, but meantime. It's tomorrow, who knows, red, green, whatever. I'm not too worried about specifically red or green because my mindset during this kind of choppy area where we're sitting in, I think we're in the middle of a cycle, guys. This cycle right here. Okay, for those that don't know about cycle analysis, basically prices tend to be low where the two cycles meet. Okay. And I think we're in this choppy time, right in the middle of that cycle. That's the feeling I'm getting. Even the price kind of looks that way. But overall, the market looks strong. Okay? And let me finish up by just saying this. I'm going to try to do part 2 to the solar cycle and how that impacts the entire world. But since this is a trading YouTube channel, I'm going to talk about how it impacts trading the stock market, okay, and futures for that matter, okay. So I'm going to put out part 2, and we're going to talk about where are we at in the solar cycle, and how does it impact, or where do I think the stock market's going, where we're at currently in this particular new solar cycle that just started May of 2020, okay. So here we are in October, going into November of 2021, okay. So it's only been a year and about 6 months, year and a half, okay, into this new solar cycle. If you haven't watched that video, guys, on the solar cycle, you've got to watch it. Look for the link in the description. I'll put it in there. I'll just call it the solar cycle, and you can go watch it. It's a long video. but it's well worth watching, okay? So my take for tomorrow is I don't really care green, red or green. Because if I do trade tomorrow, I'll be looking at the hourly. Okay, I don't really care which way it is. But on a longer term, kind of for you guys that are doing swing trades, okay, I think the market looks strong, at least for now. Okay, if this MACD starts to look like it's going to cross over, then fine. We adjust and we move with the market. We trade what's in front of us, right, guys? Okay, guys and gals, don't forget to use proper risk management. Don't leave positions hanging. Trailing stops to lock in your profits if you're already profitable, and stop losses to mitigate those losses and keep them small, right? Subscribe to my YouTube channel, guys and gals. Give me a thumbs up. I really appreciate it. We'll talk to you all real soon again next time.